Hey everybody, Casey here. Just wanted to let you know that we do more than just this podcast, so why don't you head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Groupcast Nation. Also, you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Groupcast Nation. Also, if these three things are too convenient for you, you can also email us at groupcastnation@gmail.com. There you can give us any of your questions or comments, or if you want us to do an ad read of some sort of business or project you may be working on, you can also put that in there too. And don't worry, we'll put the links to these and more down in the links. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up, step right up. Beyond the threshold of this theme song lies the greatest show you've ever heard. A podcast where the topic is everything our fine specimens can think of. That's right, sit on down and have yourselves a listen to Groupcast. At center stage is Casey, creator of the show and part-time llama enthusiast. Stay away from the summoner. On a soapbox, somewhere in the hedge maze, is Lennon, the comedian with a heart made of video games.
Really, that sums up the whole day. Oh, fuck.
Getting a donut in the break room is Rowles, a man who can lift 2 beer cans at once and not spill them. Sometimes.
Welcome to my house for this podcast.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin.
The balls are back.
The balls are back, guys. The balls are back.
Cool. I hate that bitch.
Okay, I'm all set.
Stay away from
Why'd
the
you stop it?
summoner.
No, you didn't stop it. Okay. I couldn't tell.
What is that from? What is that? Is that from?
Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny, actually.
It is.
I don't know. It's with you guys in Final Fantasy X.
Stay away from the summoner!
We found a game we kind of agree on.
You bad man! Alright.
I walked around thinking I could get the game-breaking, like, overdrive boost thing for him there.
Yeah, and
So,
then
you have to come back for it later.
Little did you know, you ended up unlocking Mew.
Yeah.
There was a truck. It's a long story.
Welcome to Groupcast.
Hello, everybody.
Episode 133.
33. Cool.
Every time I say what episode it is, I always think, man, we've been doing this a long time.
That's a lot, yeah. I think that too.
I'm always impressed. Every time.
What episode did I join on? Like, what was my first episode?
Like 23.
Oh, okay. It's always sooner than I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was 23 because
Okay.
that was the episode after I left for college.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think about that every once in a while, about how fucking long ago that was.
Though, honestly, any episode before 65 doesn't matter, because 1, it doesn't exist, and 2, they kind of sucked.
It
Most of them.
doesn't exist.
They don't.
Was it blacklisted from history or something?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, there's a story, but we don't need to get into that on here.
Not
'cause
particularly.
Maybe later.
it's not... Yeah.
Suffice it to say, just the one person who was supposed to give them to me.
There's a gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper isn't necessarily in communication with us.
There you
Alright, Alright, we have a Ghostbusters problem where our keymaster can't find their gatekeeper.
Exactly, yeah.
Shit.
I used to have every episode, but then my computer decided to
and
take
then your
a dump,
computer just...
and I couldn't salvage it because I didn't have enough space.
That was the noise it made, too. What machine part makes that fucking sound?
My Wii made that sound.
Did it?
Because I was talking while we were out trying to get things today.
Alright, listen. Let's talk about what we did today.
It was hilarious.
So, as our intros thus stated, we are recording at Rowles' house in the quaint little town of Shippensburg. Mm-hmm. So Casey drove to my house, and I was driving us both to Rowles' house, and we've been looking for Punch-Out for my How to Play video. So I've been doing How to Play Punch-Out. It's going to be awesome,
It's going to be exciting.
I think it's going to be a really good video. So, we checked out the one GameStop in the quaint little town of Shippensburg, to which the guy said, we don't have it. Closest one is Chambersburg, which is not that far away from here.
Yes.
We got to Rowles' place, and I said, Rowles, we're going on an adventure. Hop in. We hopped in to a car trip I'm going to say is from hell. You guys may disagree.
It wasn't that bad, really.
I was getting pretty annoyed.
Well, you were driving, so, that has something to do with it.
I was driving to a location I thought was an easier drive than what it was.
Okay.
A lot more twists and turns than I remember. We got there with no problems.
I got you there, though.
Yeah. So we went to GameStop, and they had one Punch-Out for $42.
Right.
That's a little
$42.
It's a little up there.
pricey.
Yeah, for a Wii game.
Even for used games, that's
Yeah, it was used too. That's brutal.
That's kind of insane.
But GameStop.
Well, at the same time, they also had that Hannah Montana game for 89 cents.
Yeah, but also GameStop.
yeah,
And also that was Hannah Montana, the movie, the game.
we could have enjoyed it.
It was!
I fucking love that. We
It
should
was-
have got that.
It wasn't
should've played-
it
That's what
wasn't
we should have
just-
live
You know what we
streamed.
should have got? We should have got Corey in the house.
Let me tell you, speaking of Corey in the house, there's a guy who frequents my stream. I call him Josh Confirmed.
Is he Corey in the house? Is he in the house?
No, he treats Corey from Corey in the House like an actual god.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Like, just at random times, he'll just be like, "All hail Corey, who lived in the White House for 4 years. He was the greatest man we'll ever have from the Disney Channel, and he will be the only greatest man we'll ever know. Praise be to Corey."
The fucking Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, I have something to say about the Disney Channel soon.
Do you?
Soon, later on, after your story.
Well, okay, so the trip back,
Yeah.
Rules, I fucking hate you.
Why?
Well, okay, so our plan today was to live stream Punch-Out.
Yes.
Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to play, I'm going to play Punch-Out beginning to end, having never touched it before, just to see how much fun that is and how that goes. We bought the game, and about 2 minutes into the drive back, I realized, hey, Rowles doesn't have a fucking Wii to play this on.
Yeah, I thought you brought yours. That's what I was thinking.
No, we contrived this idea on the way down.
Okay.
We're like, I think it was...
Well, don't blame me for that.
It was like halfway here that we said,
Yeah.
that I said, we're going to stop at Shippensburg GameStop, see if they punch out. Because I hadn't gone there yet.
Yeah.
I've
We're
been
still
to a lot of
gonna
GameStops.
do this live stream though.
Yeah.
Both the one today and the one with Punch Out.
Yeah. Punch-Out's getting slimmer and slimmer, though, because like I said to you earlier, I got a time schedule I want to follow.
Well, next time you're available, just let me know.
Right. Okay, so we discussed backup strats
Yeah.
for what
Backup
we
strats.
live streamed today on Sunday, the whatevereth
The 19th.
19th.
Jesus, it's almost August.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we determined that Rowles' collection of video games is adequate, and his selection of controllers is fucking garbage. How many? Well, I got Mario Party. Oh, that's cool. I got one Nintendo 64 controller.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
I had 3 of
I
them.
have so many PlayStation 2 games. It's great. How many controllers do you have? I have one controller.
I
Go
had 2.
fuck yourself.
I had 2.
You figured that out right before we started recording. That you had 2.
Yeah, I forgot. Here, in my setup here, I have my entertainment center, and then right next to it is a bookshelf with all the games and stuff on it that I have.
Right.
And accessories.
So
And I honestly forgot that I had a second PS2 controller,
Yeah.
just because.
yeah. So anyway, we decided to remedy this problem by driving to the local business Italian racist
Bizwap.
business called the Bizwap.
That's so bad.
electronics.
It has a lot of electronic stuff like controllers or old games.
Is it a
and
consignment
other
store?
stuff. I don't know what that is.
It's just... no, it's just... you can get retro stuff there, and you can buy DVDs there, like 3 for $5.
Consignment
and stuff.
stores are like a surplus.
Oh, okay. No.
Place.
No, it's
not
just-
the slightest.
It's just like you go in and sell the stuff that you don't want anymore, and they'll give you money for it, and then they'll sell it to other people at a cheaper rate than...
Gotcha.
Than anywhere else, really.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good with controllers. Like,
Yeah.
They have them pretty well. So we decided we were going to stop there. And Rowles and his ability with directions, I've said it a few times, I'll say it one more. Go fuck yourself. Because you and direction, I'm going to just stop listening to you, I think.
Why?
It's probably right on this street. Okay, well then I'll just turn off here. It's probably like right up ahead a couple, actually. And it was too late for me to not turn already. And then, so we turned around,
I haven't
went
been
further
to this
up
new
the
location
went
yet.
further up the street to find it actually was back there. I think. I don't know. I've never actually seen it. And we
You're
stopped.
acting like... Okay.
Like you were a twat. Is that how I'm
No,
asking?
you're acting like there was time
Uh-huh.
to see it. When we're driving down a thing, and I'm looking over... Visually impaired, remember? The glasses.
Oh my god!
Old pair of glasses.
You
by
never
the way.
use that fucking excuse ever.
I know. But I'm looking over, and I'm trying to see, and I'm looking across you, and out your window.
I'm getting you a blind stick for your birthday.
Just
If
start
that's what
using
you're going to start,
echolocation.
if that's what you're going to start using,
You have to understand,
You should
the
use
buildings and
echolocation.
businesses are all in one line. They're all connected. That's where it was kind of like, what kind of got me.
yeah.
I'll take the hit for it, you know? I mean, you know what the thing was...
He'll catch a grenade for you.
You know what? The thing with me is, I hadn't been in the
Would you
building.
get in front of a train for me?
No.
No, yeah.
I hadn't been in the building since
Since they moved
relocated.
from another location, yeah. Anyway, so we finally reached the place. We pull up to a parking spot beautifully right in front of the place.
Yeah.
And we all get outside and we walk up to the door to the lovely sign, "Go fuck yourself." Closed on Sundays.
And also, certain guy.
And the local Shippensburg crazy guy was approaching. So whenever Rowles is like, "Closed on Sundays," I just said,
Get in the car.
Get in the car. And so we walked over to the car, and local crazy guy,
It was
Ralph.
It was kind of like a Dukes of Hazzard moment, honestly.
Local crazy guy Ralph was on his way over, and then my "get in the car" turned to "get in the car, get in the car."
What does that guy even say? Does he just make noise?
He just yells, kind of, yeah.
He says sentences, but he
yells at you.
just
in your
yells
car 'cause
all the time for no reason.
If he recognizes you in the car, he'll yell at you.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there's a big deal actually that happened not too long ago where he was like assaulted, supposedly, because I didn't see it or know it, you know. And he was like, oh, well, he was beat up because he always wears Steelers stuff. It doesn't matter. Middle of summer, he'll have on Steelers jacket, Steelers pants, Steelers jersey, Steelers hat.
He had a Steelers umbrella.
Steelers umbrella.
It's a beautiful sunny day today.
Yeah.
85 degrees.
It couldn't be
He's walking around with a fucking umbrella.
Couldn't be a nicer summer day, really.
Maybe it's a parasol. You don't know.
Here's what he'll do. He'll do that kind of yelling stuff. And I have friends that live in town, like where he walks. He'll do it at like 4 a.m. too.
Yeah.
So you'll forgive me and some people that I associate with if we don't give a fuck that he was beaten up by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's
is
a negative and a
his
positive.
excuse that he wears Steelers stuff?
That's what he said it was. And
Yeah,
then,
that's a terrible
then
excuse.
someone, then Boothman raised money for him to go see the team live, and I was kind of confused because it's like, oh, that's a nice thing to do, and it's a good publicity move for Booth.
Right.
He's the guy. He owns a tattoo shop in town. If
Yeah.
you was listening, but I mean, it's a cool thing. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm going to yell and just be annoying to everybody, and I get rewarded by getting to go to a Steelers game.
Yeah,
I'm a horrible cynic.
I used to be very indifferent about him, and then he
came
started
to
to
the
show
shows.
up to stuff where I was, and I got less and less indifferent.
He would
about
yell.
it.
Let me try to reenact it, and I'm going to do my
Well,
best.
we don't have to worry about that. I don't
Well,
think.
no, he would just come up and fuck that. I'm not paying $5 to get in the show. Like $5.
Yeah,
That's minimum $5.
yeah.
$5.
Everyone should have a $5 bill at any time. You can get $5 within 5 minutes,
Yeah,
and it's whatever.
yeah. He's one of those guys who repeats what he says like 4 times to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in a span of about 10 seconds too.
And then he falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah, yeah. At all the open mics that he would go to, he would hang out and just talk to me for a while, and I would do my best to half listen to him
Those are pretty nice couches.
while I'm doing other stuff. And then he would just fall asleep for a while, and then eventually just get up and leave.
He'd just go,
All right, I'll see you next time. See you next time, boss.
I like that sound clip that you just made right there. I like that a lot.
that's going in sounds next time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like your duck noise
Good lord.
in all your videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that duck.
Barry,
is that
Barry
duck.
put in a clip of that duck.
That is that duck I enjoy.
Yep.
So
what shall we discuss today? Here's what we're going to discuss today.
All
Let
right.
me tell you about my last 24 hours.
Gather around, gents. Let me tell you a tale.
Saturday for me was very, very eventful, very bizarre, very uplifting, very tiresome. There's a rainbow of emotions of
Let's
things
get
that occurred
right on that,
yesterday.
because I got some rage.
All right, so let's begin.
Okay.
So I've been talking about it for a little while. I had that fighting game tournament
Yeah.
that came up. So I signed up. It's like a retarded motor.
turn over, damn it!
It sounded like the Buick Century I drove for 3 weeks.
There you
That
go.
sucked.
All right, so I went to this fighting game tournament in York. Awesome place, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful community, also, by the way. These guys are awesome, all of them. So they played just about every popular fighting game under the sun at the moment. Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct.
Mortal Kombat, you don't know
Marvel.
Street Fighter.
That's the one. Street Fighter. Here's something really strange that I found out when I showed up there. It was a big ass room. Like it was one of the. I don't know what the name of this big ass room is.
An atrium.
I don't know.
That was just a shot in the dark.
It's just a big ass multi-purpose kind of room, I guess. Whatever you want to call it, like a hall with something hall, something hall. It's something hall. We're playing $50,000 pyramid now.
Okay.
It's a kind of hall.
A dining hall?
No.
Like an event?
Yeah,
an
like with a
auditorium?
stage and shit. Not quite, but that's close enough. I'll go with that.
A large group
Half of this
instruction.
room was all Smash.
Dang.
All Super Smash Brothers. All across 4 games.
Gay!
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, that's getting cut out.
Yeah, remember when that part shows up.
Yep.
Gay.
I'll see it.
Yeah,
I'll
yes,
see
you
it.
will.
Gay.
You'll hear it, too.
Okay.
It was so bizarre that half this entire stretch of the room was Super Smash Brothers
They wanted to
players.
settle
You
it.
made Meta Knight, bro?
Leonard, they wanted to settle it in Smash.
They did,
Alright?
they
They
did.
just wanted to settle it in Smash.
Anyway, I signed up for Marvel vs. Capcom and Smash 64.
Woo!
Yeah, oh yeah, it was pretty fucking awesome. Marvel vs. Capcom came up first. It was best of 5. I won my first 2 games, and then lost the next 3 so fucking hard.
Whoa.
So immediately into the losers bracket.
Let me guess, you played as Yoshi.
Yeah, in Marvel vs. Capcom, I was Yoshi.
I wasn't listening.
He's a real hidden
That's
character.
that's one of the 2 things that you have to do here. One is talk, the other is listen.
You put in up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, start. You play as Yoshi.
Like, what are you doing over there, really? Are you fiddling with that guitar?
No,
over there?
it's been an
Are
off
you-
day
are
all
you-
day. When I got to your house,
Just
there was
staring off at the white wall.
There was
I'm reminded of an album, actually. Staring at a white wall.
when I got to your house, there was a gate
Rowles has a lot
in
of
front of your
posters in
porch
this
that
room.
said, "Wet
Wet
paint,
paint,
go to
use
the
back door. And you walked literally the
I
entire
went
way around the
all
house.
the way around before I realized, there it is.
Besides, by the way, my back door is probably about maybe 20 feet from the front door.
It's more of a side
It's
door, really.
it's been
Yeah.
one of those days.
Yeah.
But, in your defense, and the house's defense too, the porch is right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a difficult find.
Yeah, no.
I saw you pull
You
up.
said UPS guys would go to that door by mistake.
They
Sometimes.
do. No, not sometimes.
All the time.
Every time. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
walk
so
all the
weird.
way around and take
But
a
here's
survey of
there's
your
a
house.
sign on the front. There's a sign on the front porch.
Yeah.
It says Uncle Tab's cabin.
Yeah.
Like this, come on down this way. You know?
Yeah, it's such a strange phenomenon.
It's kind of
I
indicated.
I saw you pull up,
Yeah.
so I started packing up, and I walked outside the back door, and I walked off the porch, and you were nowhere. What
It's freaking hiding.
What happened? Something is wrong here. I don't know. Did we pass each other and I didn't notice? What?
And then I crept around
you
the
emerged
corner.
from the side of the house.
And you're like, what the fuck are you doing back there?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So you played Yoshi
so
in Marvel vs.
Smash.
Capcom.
I did. Yeah, the secret character. Nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
So
Soul
put
Calibur.
in the losers bracket immediately.
Yeah.
In the losers bracket, I'm fighting a guy with a. All right, this doesn't mean much to a lot of people, but Rowles, he played a Senko.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was a Senko Dante Sentinel.
Do you want to explain
Something
it
like
for
that.
the non?
Senko's the worst character in the
It's a
80s
junk
movie.
character.
Okay.
Such a trash.
It's the biggest
character.
throwaway. Like
We'll put in
and
the
every
links.
and for those listeners, in every
Figure out how
fighting
to
game,
spell it.
even
There's
those who
that
aren't main
one
fighting
character.
main fighting fans, there's brackets.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
tiers
they're
of
like,
who's good, who's
Here are the
better.
best people. Here's mids. And
Yeah.
normally,
Ganondorf.
Here's Virgil.
normally you can not worry about them. But
Way
in
down
Marvel,
there's Ganondorf.
but in Marvel, you really have to worry about them.
Yeah, you absolutely do. So
You need, at
Senko's
least need
bottom.
one. You at least need one or two top tier
Yeah,
on your team. At least one. I'd
Senko
say.
is guaranteed bottom.
Yeah, she's the worst.
I lost
By far.
3-1.
Huh.
I lost the first 2. I won the second one. Was on a great comeback,
Well-
and then I made a bad assist call, and he picked up. He picked up both of my characters
He
and
had
knocked me out.
Dante and
He had Sentinel. Yeah,
Sentinel,
that's what
too.
killed me was Sentinel because he'll do that.
they're kind of rough.
So Marvel didn't go as well.
But you had
what's
fun.
weird, what's fucking weird though, is that I played probably 30 practice games with a bunch of different people. I won almost all of them, almost every single one. But when it came to the actual tournament, I was doing okay, but I just couldn't hold up.
It was a Let's Play curse.
Your fingertips got sweaty.
I guess.
You started having that scene like
Mom's
Eminem
spaghetti.
like Eminem had an 8 Mile.
Oh!
You gotta lose yourself in the music. You just need.
I can't see or hear today, but man, my improv is great.
You just need like Mekhi Phifer to hand you a mic and be like,
I don't know who the fuck that is.
That's the guy who was like running the show.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, here, you need to fire back. You're not gonna let him talk shit, are you?
Yeah, so Marvel didn't work out so well. So
That's an okay movie.
Then I moved on to Smash 64.
Yeah.
I was very rusty when I started
playing Yoshi
playing.
that time.
I did.
Okay.
No,
Who'd
actually,
who'd you fight?
I was playing Wolverine. And
who'd you fight? Any Falcons?
Yes.
Nice.
Crap.
No.
Crap.
No,
and Falcon.
just in practice. I did just in practice.
Then I'm gonna.
Actually, you know what? I
LYNX
did.
or
I
Samus
did
or
fight a
something?
Falcon. I'll get to
Or
it.
Fox?
So I was rusty for a while. I did some practicing, and I was starting to build up my
excited.
rapport again. So, first game I came across, I fought a Fox player, and I actually beat him extremely handily. Like, it was fucking top.
Yeah.
Next one, I fought a dude who was definitely way above my league, and he Donkey Konged the fuck out of me. So I played the losers, and then I played some guy who played, I think it was Link, and I beat the shit out of him. Then I played a guy who played Captain Falcon, and I beat the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I was also a commentator on the live stream for a little while.
Nice.
And that was pretty cool.
That's pretty banging.
Even though I know very little about professional Smash 64, I basically was there. I was on there with another guy who was decently knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So, like, when we were watching like a Pikachu matchup, I'm like, "So, tell me about the Pikachu matchup. What's the plan?" Blah 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 blah. And we went back and forth. And I wish I had been funnier because that's what I wanted to do.
cool.
You're
Yeah, it was very
basically
nice.
the Pat Summerall
I was, yes.
the team.
Yeah, when I
He
played,
was like the Madden.
Yeah.
Now what you gotta do is knock him off the stage.
Thunderbolt, and bam.
we got Pikachu over here. We got Pikachu over here. My
You know
name's
about-
Strong
you know
Bat
about-
with jowls for
you-
some reason.
You lure him.
John, I believe you're watching Street Fighter.
You lure him. You lure him. You lure him. You lure him. You lure him to the edge. And then,
See, the rules of football as follows.
and then, like drawing with a pet marker, and then agility. Brett Favre is the best torso.
Brett Favre has the best spike in the entire game. So anyway,
He's the best at horse racing.
Fucking Frank Callahan does.
I was waiting for my next match to come up.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the next match was against
Luigi.
a friend of mine. It was a mutual friend between me and our friend Matt.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did he take
yeah.
Matt's King of Smash back in the day?
I don't know, maybe. No, I have that thing.
Nice.
We had a physical Smash crown. You could challenge the person with the Smash crown once a day, and it's a thing in the circle of his friends.
Yeah.
And he had it once, and I showed up like, sure, I'll challenge you for it, and I won, and I went home with it, and it was never put anywhere else again because no one was ever around
Wasn't
to
that
challenge
like
me.
the when we did the podcast Olympics? You guys like had a cutout crown from a cereal box.
Yes.
Was
Yep.
it like that?
It was
Man,
exactly that.
I was so inebriated.
All right.
I
so
feel like I really want to challenge Wes to a DDR tournament.
That was a really good time, and a lot of people were high.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh God, yeah. All right. So
Oh, they're like, oh yeah, and then yeah.
I'm pretty sure I imagined that one guy. I might have.
Chris?
No, Chris was there.
yeah.
He was the guy. There was
Then
this
all
guy,
their girlfriends were downstairs fishing my beer out of the fridge. I said, ah!
That is a thing they did.
It was a guy
Look, I'll give you some, but don't just reach in and take them, man.
on a Mac top playing the guitar.
Yeah.
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 That's probably
I feel like the
Shannon.
last time I brought that guy up, everybody was like, "Who are you fucking talking about?"
Yeah. Anyway, tournament.
Tournament.
Beat the Captain Falcon guy. Waiting for my next.
Who was
thing.
your next opponent?
It was my friend. It was a friend of mine, Connor, who's a very good NES player, and we were
NES?
Yeah, and he's learning Yoshi. We had some Yoshi mirror matches, and I mopped the fucking floor with him.
But if your guy can play NES good, man.
Oh, he's very good.
Riding
very good.
your own thunder, that does so much damage.
Yeah, he's very good with NES. So I thought this ought to be a pretty good match, and then I looked at the clock and I realized I should have left a half an hour ago to Wes Williams' house for him to drive me to Philly. So I had to fucking drop out. Like, I couldn't. It was such a bitch because I was doing okay. I thought I was going to lose to Connor anyway.
Yeah.
So it didn't fucking matter. So I hurriedly,
Act 2.
I hurriedly drove off to Wes Williams' house up near Harrisburg, and we drove to Philadelphia in incredible pouring rain. It didn't rain. It was a beautiful day everywhere except on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, where it was like everybody was depressed, and there was the clouds had all merged into one big cloud, and we might as well have just got an arc at that point. So we drove down to the Comedy Cabaret to do comedy. Yeah,
as you do.
Which is why we were there.
I've got to go to your next comedy show.
That place is
on Wednesday.
That place
is
pretty
Philly.
cool, though.
It's in the middle of the fuck. What is up? Get day jobs. I would if I knew ahead of time and took the day off.
Right, yeah.
I can take off literally whenever I want.
You want to drive me to Philly?
I don't... I'm going to drive to Philly in August, but that's when I've psyched myself up properly.
That's, day off, next day, everyone's happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun times.
So the Comedy Cabaret, this comedy show was a competition. There were 11 comedians total, and we were doing 5 minutes.
Any other friendly faces in the audience?
Absolutely there were. Okay. There were actually 4 friendly faces in the audience, which is pretty cool. Names nobody on this podcast nobody listening to this podcast would recognize. Doesn't matter. And they were advancing 4 out of the 11. I went last and had a very strong set with a kind of new personality I've never done before. It was pretty cool. I did not advance. I lost to 2 gigantic hack comedians.
That's how it
works. A guy
works.
who brought half the crowd, and a friend of ours who respectfully definitely should have advanced. So I'm glad that he did.
Gillis?
Jeremy Knoll.
Okay.
I've never seen him.
He's pretty good. He's very good. He absolutely deserved it. 2 of the dudes who went through, though, the crowd fucking loved them. They were the hackiest hacks to ever hack.
Yeah.
And all of us comedians were just looking at each other like, these guys aren't funny. Like, this is not funny. Why are people laughing at this?
The thing is,
a lot of that,
doesn't matter if the comedians think it's funny, it's the audience thinks it's funny.
One guy did...
Was it a lot of playing into the audience?
One guy did a lot of that. There was a group of like 20-year-old guys in the front, and he's like, "Oh, fucking new kids on the block up in the front here," and he hit on them for a while.
That was terrifying.
It was. That's what he sounded like.
Steve Maroney on Quaaludes.
I really hope I wasn't one of those people when we were at the Helium, because I feel like there were. I mean, that show was not that great. Helium. Really? I mean, it was all right.
It's fine for that place.
Yeah, but
good overall.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying. I hope I wasn't one of the people who laughed at the hack comedians, but I don't think there were any of those.
Not. See, you've been around the rest of the comedians long enough to recognize when somebody is doing like the tropiest tropes.
Yeah,
game recognizes game.
Yeah.
Here's how men and women are different.
Yeah. Here's my wife. I can't stand her. Here's 5 minutes on fucking that.
Take my wife, please.
Black people are black.
I came here from New Jersey. Here's how tough it is in New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, black people are black. Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly what these 2 guys.
White people would walk like this, but black people walk like that.
And I mean, we were looking.
Those are my least favorite jokes.
Yeah, we were looking at each other, going, "What?
Wait, I have one more.
What the fuck is this?"
I have one more that's even worse.
Yeah,
being a fat guy myself, I love that I have no fat jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like that's so stupid and easy and boring.
Exactly.
No one wants to hear that.
I tell the story.
You can incorporate it into it.
I tell the story of my Philly's funniest night last year. By whatever amazing coincidences, last year on my night of Philly's Funniest, there were 2 female midget comedians on the set list, or on the list.
Were they touring together?
I don't know. One of them, her entire set was midget jokes. One of them had one midget joke and then never touched the subject again. Guess which one advanced? You know, the one who said one thing and had other topics.
That's kind of how I follow him. That's how Brad Williams does it a little bit.
Yeah,
he'll have in a set. I mean, being a midget, he'll have midget jokes, but
it's not the whole thing.
Back to back to back to back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I can't identify with that.
Yeah.
Make your audience identify with you and be like, "Oh, I was in that situation too. That is funny."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to say this real quick. I love this conversation solely because the story you told about the fighting games, we were all inclusive in that, and we could elaborate on that.
Yeah.
While in the comedy one, we totally switched gears and we're totally on that.
Yeah.
I wish that happened more.
I know,
in the
right?
show. God damn it, people!
Well,
get on your act.
Are you ready for Act 3?
Oh, I'm ready for
Act
Act 3.
Kick Erica off the podcast.
Now,
I just solved your issue.
No, Erica's fine.
to fill in a little more of a
she's
timeline,
fine.
this show started at 9 and ended at about 11.
Oh, let's sleep.
No.
Oh, was it a diner day?
No.
Was it a Marvel day?
No. At about 10 o'clock,
I'm done guessing, so.
Wes Williams got a text message from Lemaire Lee
Oh, Jesus.
that said, "We're doing a show at a strip club. 2 people dropped out. Do you and Lennon want to come do this show?"
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my god!
It starts at 1 and ends at 3.
Yes! Why
in,
the fuck didn't you invite me to go to this?
It's in Sunbury,
Yes!
which is like 3 hours away from
Star Wars
Philadelphia.
territory!
That's
And
amazing.
we said, "Fuck yes."
You get like free dances and shit.
We probably could have, honestly. We did not.
Get the fuck off the
'Cause I'm
stage! I'm here to
still-
see the titties.
That was the common theme.
Wow.
No. Well, hold on.
I know. I've seen it happen, man. Go
So,
ahead, though.
Wes Williams.
Wait, before you continue the story, was there a woman with one arm?
There was not.
Oh, okay.
And they all had both their ass cheeks.
Okay.
They very clearly had both their ass cheeks.
So we're in a high-end establishment
Yeah.
tonight.
So, Wes Williams drove us as far as Harrisburg, drove the 2 of us as far as Harrisburg before he goes, "I don't know where I'm going at this point." Now, we sort of knew, but we were plugging the address into his GPS, and his GPS kept returning, "Where the fuck are you going?" It didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So we're frantically calling Lemaire Lee, going like, "Where is this place?" And listen, this is word for word a direction that he gave us when we said, "Okay, here's what we need to know. We need to know what businesses are around this place, so when we can look for these things when we're nearby." And he goes, "Well, listen, just make a turn at like this place, and then turn, and you're there."
Great!
That's literally word for word what he said.
Great!
Turn at a place, Rowles, a place,
See,
and then turn, and you're there.
See, I'm better than this, so I'm okay.
You
with
are, yeah. You
Sadly.
gave better. You gave better directions today than he fucking gave last night. We get to the show
it. I got a story about that then too.
at 1:30.
Okay.
The show had already been going on for 2 hours.
Oh.
They started at 11:30. Here's the deal. We get to the strip club known as the Cabin.
Oh my god.
One of the seediest looking places
Oh my.
I've ever been to. Interesting. And here's a little side note. Immediately as we walked in to ask a guy working there, where is the comedy being held? And he pointed us in the right direction. On the way back, one of the strippers stopped me and goes, "Are you Lennon?" I'm like, "Yeah. I went to high school with you." And it was so fucking funny. And she's
Oh,
like,
that's beautiful.
"Do you live near Zigzag?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "I live on that road too." This road, by the way, is like a half a mile from me.
Yes.
Oh, no.
This
Yeah.
stripper up in Sunbury lives half a mile from where I am.
That is incredible.
Looks
was
like Lennon's
unreal.
got a new girlfriend.
It
This
is
would've been-
unreal.
This would have been an amazing 2 guys going adventures.
You know,
Unreal.
I was. Do you have more?
Huh.
Oh.
Go right ahead.
Now,
We've dived right into
my thought was that on the way down to this comedy show, what I thought it might be was the strippers were going to take a break, and we get main stage.
No.
no.
I'm guaranteeing you that's not what happened.
I was hoping that
I know how strip clubs
I was
work.
hoping that we would like tell jokes and like dudes would still be throwing ones at us while we were doing it. I'll take their fucking money. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Because I don't take shit from anybody.
So she takes us around to the back outdoor area, which looks like a giant litter box. It's just sand, but it's the shittiest sand. And there's just rotted picnic tables everywhere. And there's another little stage that has 3 poles.
Okay.
On it. That's our comedy stage.
Side
Of course.
stage.
There's a pool that is the seediest looking pool.
Was it filled up with air?
It was filled up with syphilis, I think, was what that pool was filled up with. Interestingly, there was a sign by it that said, "No lifeguard on duty. Children under 14 must be accompanied by adult."
Yeah, no shit.
What children under 14 are going to be at the strip club swimming in this pool with beer bottles on the bottom?
Maybe they have a chaperone.
Stripper kids.
And there were beer bottoms on the
Go
beer bottles.
mommy dances.
Yeah, I know, right? There were beer bottles on the bottom of this pool.
Of course
Said
there were.
one comedian, who I'll tell you who it was a little bit later, that's the least of my concerns at this pool right now. There was there was a bonfire going on. There was like a
They didn't know what kind of event they wanted to have.
yeah. There was like some sort of
we want to have a strip club and go camping.
yeah. Well, it's called the
and
cabin.
have a country pool party with the swimming hole.
There was some sort of like playground-ish looking equipment where it was just like a 20-foot tall, maybe not that tall, but I mean like 10 to 20 foot tall like wood structure that you climbed up of. It looked like a fucking watchtower. Honestly,
The giant dong. That's
yeah,
what it
like
was.
somebody standing up there with a sniper rifle. If anybody comes in here and doesn't pay, they're gonna get it pretty good. That was our performance area. The crowd.
The tower?
The crowd was the 8 comics on the show. It was like an open mic night in a strip club.
I figured.
Now,
Welcome to the comedy zone.
hold on tight, because I
you
said to
sitting down, everybody?
Lamerly, how long are we all doing? He said, we're all doing 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Awesome. This show's been going on for 2 hours already? How is that possible? I did like 7. I did my set from the Comedy Cabaret and like, all right, that's cool. And afterwards, Lemaire came up to me and he said, "You know we're performing until close, right?"
Yeah, that's how.
What time is close? 5.
Oh my god!
You know that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
I heard stories before from comedians, podcasts, and stuff
Yeah.
that you would go to these strip clubs. You could go out between performances, 2 dances or something, and you do the same fucking 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times a night.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Everybody went their sets, and I'm like, oh, well, that was kind of a pretty fast show. And the mayor goes, all right, everybody's doing a round 2. And I looked at my set, and I listened to the other people's sets, and I said, how is this going to be possible? And I muscled through round 2. It was
It's like going in for sloppy seconds.
It was the fucking worst. And Lemaire goes, all right, we're going to do a round 3. What the fuck is this? My round 3 was literally going up there going, why are we still here? Is there some sort of contract Lemaire signed that we're performing until close? This 24-hour operational business until it closes?
Did you,
We performed until 4:30. We did a 5-hour show. To nobody but ourselves.
Oh, it's so sad.
Wes Williams, for his round 2, took off all his clothes and performed in the pool. He popped the mic, the cordless mic, out of the stand, stripped down to his underwear, and jumped in the pool, put an inner tube around him, and just floated around. Hey guys, how's it going?
It's amazing.
There are pictures. There are pictures. I'm going to send you a picture.
Oh, we should put in the links.
Oh
for
my god,
sure.
yeah, he did. So he did his entire set
That's
in the
amazing.
pool, and it was incredible. And the greatest thing I think I've ever
now he has
seen.
syphilis.
It was one of the best things that I've ever seen. And we got out of there at 4:30. That's why I got home at 6 and sent the message that said, "Hey, this podcast, let's wait a little while on the day before we get around to it."
Yeah, I was just finishing some recording over here, and I picked up my phone and I said, "Okay, I'll go to sleep for a little while." And I saw you said, "Yeah, I'm just getting home," and I thought, "This work wouldn't keep up that late."
It sure did.
So I didn't know what was going on.
One detail I almost forgot
there's more.
that I'm glad I didn't forget. I asked Lemaire, because I knew we were getting paid for this.
I was going to say, what did you get?
I said, how much are we getting paid? He said, there's a sign out by the front that says entertainers get 50% of what comes in during performance hours. That's why he extended the show for 5 hours. He's like, the longer that we're up there, the more money we're going to get. We each got $10 fucking.
That's...
Either it's a shitty strip club, or they just gave us so many middle fingers. That is
an insane story.
That's the most brutal.
I did a 5-hour show for $10.
This is where you're like,
use your words.
This isn't a business that I'm so. I don't even know what angle to approach this from. This is why everybody who doesn't do stand-up at all, and it's been a while for me, but I want to get back into it.
Yeah, I'd actually like to get back into it too, but there's like nothing around right now.
There's nothing around now.
Yeah, but anyway, this is why you don't just... Well, comedy can work with anything. No, it fucking can't.
No, it cannot.
And here's why. When a guy's there to see titties and young girls dancing, they don't want some fucking people like us to waddle out on stage.
It's like comedy is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, where comedy is the peanut butter. Comedy is the peanut butter. It's not the bread. Yeah. You can't substitute it for anything. Yeah. You have to have that specific combination.
You can't have guys walk out in the middle of it and just be like, "All right,
what's that Wes Williams intro that he talks about where he wanted to do that wrestling intro, like, oh, you haven't heard? Well, you better call someone. It's Wes Williams. And the guy's like, you haven't heard? You should probably call somebody. Wes Wilson.
That's about right.
Yeah. So 9 comedians, I think it was 9 total, 9 comedians performed 45 minutes each from 11:30 to 4:30 in the morning for $10. And the only audience member that wasn't us was the guy who worked there tending the bonfire all night, who didn't laugh at a fucking thing anybody said all night.
He was probably contemplating killing himself.
He looked like he wanted to jump into that fire.
Yeah, with the poker.
Yeah.
So you didn't get no lap dances, you didn't get no comp food or anything.
The strippers came out during their breaks to listen to us, and they actually seemed to enjoy it okay.
Okay.
That's good. That means they don't suck.
Yeah. Every once in a while, like a nun would show up, and then like a schoolgirl.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Outfits, man.
Yeah.
Oh, outfits. I was like...
No, yeah, like an actual nun showed up at the strip club at 3 a.m., yeah.
Hey, you don't know.
We had to calm her down. She's about to start opening fire.
Yeah.
I have a related story about travel. Not nearly as epic as that, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But my new job, I drive around. I was driving around the town of Chambersburg that we were just talking about. And I use my phone, my work phone's GPS, which is pretty good. And it was...
Go here. Where the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. If you put in an address, like... Okay, the place I was going to was in an apartment complex, but it was putting me at the end of the street at the next house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you're looking and the numbers aren't matching or whatever.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere...
Walnut Street. What?
Out of nowhere, a good friend of mine, a good friend of mine's girlfriend, who's also a friend of mine, she works for like a counseling, a children's counseling thing. She just drove up and was like, "Do you need any assist?" And I was like, it was like something out of a video game where I just pressed like the assist button, and then her car rolled through with like machine gun fire or something. And she's like, "No, it's up there in the like Barclay tenants or whatever." And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it was awesome. The craziest thing. Yeah, you didn't expect it to happen, and she's seen me twice at work now. It's like we keep intersecting. I guess at like 10:30, there's no one driving around that really doesn't have business. You'd think,
right?
Then a lot of people are fucking unemployed. So fuck you.
I wish I could have used something like that when we were going to Philly that one time.
Yeah,
where everybody except me fucked up.
Yeah.
Like
Philly's not hard to get to though.
Well, Jess's place was apparently hard to get to.
Yeah.
Because not
Where
only
she
did she
live?
send me the
In
wrong...
Carlisle.
She lives in Carlisle. Not only did she send me the wrong
Really?
address, but Erica plugged it into the GPS wrong,
Jesus
so
Christ.
the address had 2 fuck-ups across
You're like
iterations.
at an ice cream shop,
Yeah.
and it's
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely incredible.
And then Jess got a migraine while we were going onto the Schuylkill,
Oh yeah, and
that
she's
was-
just like, "Shut up, everybody! Shut up!"
and Erica and I did not shut up. like
No,
we
you
were
guys did not
supposed
shut
to.
up.
Shut up!
Shut up!
I like her.
It was
She's
amazing.
mean when she has migraines. Man. Just carry pills. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe she's on this new
So,
vegan approach. Where it's
have
like, I
you
don't want any
guys heard about Kid Fury?
No.
No.
He is I think he's like 13. He's a professional gamer. And he's like,
That's not a real occupation.
he's really good at Xbox games like Call of Duty, I guess.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of pro gamers, real quick, Evo's going on right now.
Evo.
I saw this, which is like the fighting game world championships.
I don't
Yeah.
think, I still don't support pro gamers being a thing.
What? Why not?
You can be super talented at it, and okay. Well, I guess in that case, I will
Yeah.
for fighting games anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, were you going to say like
You can be an entertainer and you can be a content producer.
Yeah.
That's the way I was thinking of.
Okay.
But if your whole thing is playing characters and being good at that, well, then that's another thing.
Yeah,
I was
and
confused
then
what
eventually,
approach we were going
once
into.
their time has passed, they go and do something else,
Right. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
are forced to.
But who doesn't want to watch the best at a game that they love?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's different to
Yeah.
me.
That's a thing for any game, really. Anyway,
Yeah.
just the one thing when you were just talking about pro gamers, for some reason I thought of this. There was some dickbag at Evo this year. I didn't watch the video. I just saw something about it. Then everybody agreed, this guy's a dickbag. On the live streaming stage that they have for, I think, Street Fighter, there was like a 13-year-old kid and like a 28-year-old guy playing each other. And the 28-year-old guy got 3 perfects against this dude to knock him out and just got in this kid's face like, oh, what the fuck now? What the fuck now? And the kid's just like, whatever. And he unplugs this thing and he walks off stage and the guy's like, oh, I'm so fucking awesome. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
See, there was the Chappelle show. He had a comedic skit about that because that's
Really?
how fucking awful that is to do.
Yeah.
The kid had cancer and he was playing him in Street Hoop. Oh, Bobby, that was a killer. I'm sorry we brought you back to life, and so forth. Yeah, that's fucking pathetic.
Yeah,
That is.
exactly. Yeah.
That's not how you act as a
That
professional.
guy's a twat.
So this Kid Fury guy, he's like reported as like being one of the youngest pro gamers
what game?
around. I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
I'm
If
going
it's-
to guess COD?
probably,
Yeah.
but I just know he plays Xbox games.
He sleeps with my mom so much.
That's his gamer tag. I sleep with your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Let you know right
I'm
as you
more
start.
concerned that my mom's banging a 13-year-old, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Whenever you're on Xbox Live, you always hear either they sound like kids or they sound like they're in college.
I think
It's never one or the other.
I think they either sound like they're kids or they sound like they sound like they're performing. They sound like they're playing at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
with all those beer bottles.
Yeah,
their headset's like a
and
tin.
syphilis.
Their headset's like a tin can.
It's
Or like tin
a-
cans with a string.
it's string. It's just like tied around their Xbox.
Your mom was a whore. And then he puts it up to
You know
his
what they're
ear.
doing? You know what they're doing?
Fucking move.
Their microphones on the outside of like a fast food drive-thru, and they're talking through the speaker. They asked me if I wanted an apple pie. I said, "What's that mean?" She said, "That means I'm gonna fucking kill you." No, you know what? I think I've turned all those off. As a matter of fact,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hear people talk to me.
No, a lot of people don't. Just for the reasons that there's enough assholes out there. That
I don't like people to
nobody-
send messages to me.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And that
well, every
happens
once in a
when
while
we
that
play.
happens. I
That
mean,
does
well,
happen.
sometimes when we play Marvel, we get like, "Hey, man, that was a good game."
That's fine.
And wasn't there that one time? What was that one? We got like
He's
a
like,
really...
"Fuck you!" I beat him with Virgil and I did a taunt just to be a dick. And he's like, "Fuck you!" And I said, "What did I said something about
his gamer tag, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He's a lame ass gamer.
there's something
tag.
about like McDonald's related.
it
And I was
was.
like, "You
It
better go
was.
back and learn how to cook the fries if that's your fucking game skills." He's like, "Fuck you, faggot!" And I was like, "Nice comeback," and I blocked him.
Nice. Okay, so Kid Fury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What does he do?
And his fury.
He is now retired from the pro gaming thing, and now has
From the circuit?
His own television show on Disney Channel.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to change my
answer.
He plays Minecraft.
Well, apparently he's been at it for a while, so I don't know. Maybe
This is a
Because, like, from what Jeff Ramsey said on the RT podcast about Minecon, what I learned from being at Minecon is, like, the average age for a Minecraft player is, like, 6.
That's what
it appeals to.
Alternative is to Legos now.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing. I don't like how ubiquitous gaming has become like that.
Okay.
Where it's like...
It can be
I
anywhere.
gamed when I was 6. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, not
I sixth.
No, not that. Not when you started playing. I mean,
reevaluate your life.
I mean, the fact that
Thank
now,
God Erica's not here.
the fact that now, like, not but 2 or so years ago when I was in college, the professor's talking about like their kid watching a Let's Play, and it's like, I don't want other people to.
Oh, that's just you being stupid.
No. Listen, let me. I feel like if it gets to a huge, it's going to get to a huge boiling point, and then it's going to like the bubble will explode.
Well, Let's
I
Plays
don't
are
quite know
already...
how that's going to happen, but I think it's going to lead to some bad future.
Let's Plays are
understand what I'm
already
trying to
going
say?
downhill anyway.
Yeah, they're already in trouble.
Exactly. There's so many people doing it, so now there's
Yeah.
more bullshit getting into it.
Yeah.
And I think all three of us do
I
it.
don't think the younger
decently
demographic is
enough,
the reason
but-
for that. Like, what's the fucking Minecraft Stampy something?
What?
That dude, he's...
Stamper?
No, it's like
Stamper's
Stampy
an
Longnose.
The Stamper.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
He
him.
is a Minecraft Let's Player, but all of his videos are his videos are set up like a children's television show,
Oh.
and that's why he gets
that's cool.
millions of views.
That's cool.
From
That's
like
different.
5-year-olds who play
Well,
Minecraft.
it's different.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
exactly. He found an incredible niche market,
Good for him.
and he is a millionaire.
That's kind of all I'm going to do is, I mean,
Oh, did you see how that study that came out like 2 weeks ago or so that was like how much fucking PewDiePie made in like 2014? It was like
No.
$75 million.
Oh my
he
god.
had the best response to it too.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I made that.
Yeah.
I made that amount of money.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
fine
right.
with making that amount of money.
Yeah.
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 He seems like a really cool guy, though.
He is. Yeah.
I just don't like his style.
I hate him everywhere. I only hate him on his YouTube channel. I'll
Okay,
say
yeah.
that. I've seen him in other things. Like, he's done Markiplier videos. Like,
Have you
when they play prop hunt and shit. And I don't have a problem then.
But have you seen like how he got that popular?
No.
It's because he used to live in Sweden,
Yeah.
and he moved to somewhere else in Europe,
Uh-huh.
and then he moved to the U.S.
Uh-huh.
And so as he was making videos, YouTube has this weird algorithm, as YouTube does with weird algorithms.
Oh, I know what this is.
How
it's where it's like where you live is your videos from that region are more likely to show up.
Yes.
So because he moved around to these 3 different locations, those 3 different locations got his hits.
Yep.
Okay.
And
yeah.
did you also know that he was the one who made Flappy Bird popular?
Oh.
Yep. He played it, and he played it a long time ago when it first arrived on the scene. He played it, and a bunch of people saw it. So if you played Flappy Bird, you can thank him for it because somebody who watched his video probably told you about it.
More or less, that was like Five Nights at Freddy's and Markiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably was.
But I don't know how many people I sent that fucking video to when that first episode came out.
That's when I started watching him.
I found when I...
They're good videos. The best reaction he's ever had is at the end of the first phone call where the phone guy's like, well, good night. Good night!
I love working at
Come in
Disney
here, I'm
World.
going to punch you in your GABA.
Swear on me, mom!
Swear on me, mom, everybody.
If you go to Markiplier's channels and set the with the videos show up to the most popular, for the first 30 are Five Nights related.
True.
Except for like his Draw My Life and like
The animations.
two animations, yeah. But his most popular is the first Five Nights at Freddy's animation, which is for good reason. That's a very good video.
What was I going to say? I don't even
I don't
remember
know.
now.
I was gonna.
PewDiePie.
I was thinking about.
Furious Joe, whatever the fuck his name was.
Well, I was
TV show.
I was going to say he's on a TV show, and the story behind...
Does he do like the Disney draw thing like they used to do on the channel?
Disney Draw?
Where they have the wand and they draw the mouse ears.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was a thing once.
My sister watched a lot of Hannah Montana when she was really stupider.
When she was stupider.
You grow out of
Now
stupidity.
she's into One Direction, which will pass eventually too.
Right.
She has a life-size cutout.
What did she
Of
think
the
of the
guy
one dude
Nigel.
leaving?
I bet you.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's this tall.
I heard
and it's a
people
paper
got-
cutout.
Yeah.
Like they have for Madden in stores
Yeah.
to promote it. And she's sitting in her bedroom. And it's like fucking terrifying. I want to go over there and beat it with a baseball bat.
This guy.
Just say the guy who left did it.
There you go.
He
He's
showed
getting
up.
revenge.
He showed up and he beat the shit out of your cardboard cutout. I don't know why. It was kind of a weird, random act of violence.
I just want to say real quick, the story behind this show is that he used to be a professional gamer.
Oh,
and
it's
then-
not just a documentary thing? That makes it much worse.
Yeah, no, it's about him going back to high school after being a professional gamer and not having to be in school. And so the story is that he broke his thumb and he's like, well, I can't do this anymore, so I'm going back to high school. Oh no, I'm a fucking nerd and nobody likes me. Oh god, what do I do?
Fuck everything, dude.
That's what point I was trying to make!
If you break your thumb, you don't stop gaming. You
Yeah.
get better at gaming without a thumb.
Yeah, let's
Like,
talk.
I saw
like
a
you
video.
when you broke your whatever.
I broke my Guitar Hero finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. There's a dude. There's a speed run I saw not too long ago, and I told you about it,
Yeah.
Casey. Where a dude. So he tells the story of how this happened. He was in a car accident and he broke his arm, so he couldn't use his arm for a long time. Therefore, he learned how to speed run Super Mario 64 one-handed.
And that's a category now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an absolute category now.
He does all the same crazy moves everyone else does. He just has only one hand to do it. And need I remind you, this is an N64 controller.
Yeah,
the
where
fucking
you have to-
wonkiest
where-
control system to ever be created.
You have to have hands as big as mine.
You
Yeah.
need three hands.
You need three hands.
three
to
hands.
effectively control.
Yeah, that's insane.
Hearing that, I remember they used to for GoldenEye,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best shooters of all time. They used to have a setup where
Is
you
that
could
nostalgia
Can I
I
tell you,
hear?
I never liked GoldenEye.
really.
I didn't
never
either.
liked GoldenEye.
I never liked GoldenEye either.
No.
You guys are crazy.
First-person shooters were
You started with
trash.
Doom.
I did. And
So,
that's fine.
fair.
Here's what I'm gonna say. First-person shooters were trash on consoles until dual stick. Like, it's just not possible. It's just not fucking possible.
I'll agree
Well,
with that.
let me explain what I was going to say.
Uh-huh.
There's a setup for that where you can use two controllers to control.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure there is.
So that might be.
That would help a little bit.
I thought it was great.
You know, Rowles, while you're making
But-
excuses, I want to pick your brain real quick.
Hold on, I'm not making it. It's widely regarded as one of the best FPSs of all time.
It is. It is. I disagree,
I'm
but
not-
it is.
Okay,
It
yeah,
is.
It is.
It is.
Grand
Come at me, bro.
Grant Kirkhope. Grant Kirkhope.
What'd you want to say?
I was going to ask you.
He said Grant Kirkhope. Didn't you hear him? He kind of yelled it.
I did.
No, neither of you are listening.
Today, Game Grumps released. They are playing Sonic Adventure
Oh, I can't
on the
wait to watch that.
Dreamcast. Oh, it's hysterical.
Is it? Okay, I'll have to get into it later.
Rowles,
I finished up Bloodborne today.
Rowles, defend that game.
It's fun to play.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
not.
I mean the all the animations and stuff are corny. I thought
Yes,
it was okay.
they are.
Casey, we said something on the way down. I gotta ask, do you have the Shadow the Hedgehog game?
No.
I actually
I
do.
would have lost that
I
game.
actually do have that game, and I am sad to admit it.
Yeah.
Like,
Or maybe
I'm
not, I
kind
don't know.
of beyond caring about what other people think of the games I play.
That's honestly, to be honest, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'll look at your face all day and say Sonic is garbage.
That's
all of his
fine.
games are garbage.
The
He's a
reason
great
I
character.
asked,
His games are garbage. They don't work.
you're allowed to like whatever game you want, and that's totally fine. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know why you like it.
It's fun to play.
Well, when it
It's-
first, let me say when it first came out,
It doesn't rot my brain more than other games.
when it came out,
Sonic Adventure.
yeah, when it came out in '99, and I got it for the Dreamcast.
It was all we had.
I was
we had
watching-
to
Shut
live
up if you
we
want
had
me to
to-
explain.
We had to live off Sonic Adventure. We didn't have all this fancy schmancy shit like you kids today. You don't know. I worked 40 hours for a dime to buy Sonic Adventure. Go on.
Are you done?
I ran out of improv, so yes, I am done.
Jesus Christ.
Lovely.
Your story did kind of sound like that in the
When
beginning.
it first came out, it was astounding to me to see the transition in graphic style from N64 and PlayStation to Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It looks a hell of a lot smoother.
Yes.
I love the music from that game. It's one of my favorite game soundtracks.
Sonic.
Can you feel the sunshine?
Sonic does
No, that's
have
on,
very.
on R, but
Sonic
yeah.
always has good music.
Yeah.
Almost always.
You're just
Okay.
being hateful.
No,
Being
he's
hateful.
sucking Aaron Hansen's dick.
Like,
That's what he's
Yeah.
doing.
I'm
Yeah,
doing,
really.
I'm doing the Corolla sniff. Like I made a good point.
The thing with, I hated, I respect them, but I really disliked Aaron for the longest time. But then I realized
He's got a big bag.
Then I realized we're just opposite sides of the same coin. And it's a fucking stunning realization to make.
Yeah.
He is a bit of a cockhole, I will say
Yeah.
that.
It's like, oh, I don't like this game, and I'm going to talk about why I don't like this game for all 10 minutes of this fucking video. Then why the fuck are you playing
I honestly think that Aaron doesn't like almost every game. He's just so pessimistic
What
about
does he like? I guess Mega Man.
He likes
Link
Mega
to the
Man.
Past?
No, he likes Mega Man.
He defended that.
Period.
Yeah.
He defended that so hard, even though the dungeons and that are all fucking repetitions of the same fucking thing.
Yeah, they really are.
But,
Well, the water temple in the Dark World's pretty cool.
I don't know. I just...
Fucking with water and shit.
What can I say? I enjoyed it. That's all. The character fights are garbage.
Character fights?
When you, like, Sonic fights Knuckles, and
Oh,
it's really
okay.
repetitive to play through, but if you play through... Some of the stages are just a lot of fun to play. That's all I'll say.
See, that's
There
why
are some that are not a lot of fun to play.
that's why I liked Sonic Heroes, because it was fun to jump around all those specific stages.
It was fun to run around at the speed of sound.
Yeah,
But you're playing 6 characters,
even
and
though
you're doing a lot of missions that overlap with one another in Adventure. That's what I don't like about it.
Right, yeah.
even though Sonic Heroes is basically press forward the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though there are specific levels in that game that I just cannot stand. Like there's a spooky mansion one. That level is garbage.
Yeah. That's too
Absolute
long.
garbage.
Why?
That's one of those 8-minute long
It
levels.
has
It shouldn't be that long.
it's very, very long. It has a mechanic where the stage is constantly flipping upside down.
Oh,
That's kind of dumb.
okay.
Because there was a part where I was playing through a category. I hadn't played it in years, maybe 10 years.
Okay.
And I just picked it up again, and I was like, okay, we're at this stage now. Here's this button, flips it upside down. Where the fuck do I go? And I was running around for like 5 minutes, not knowing where I wanted to go. Yeah.
Can I indulge you with this for a moment?
What was that?
This is kind of my question to you guys then.
Okay.
Would it be sufficient to say you're fans of old Mario?
How old?
Like, original?
I am.
Like
Why?
Like for the NES?
Yeah.
Sorta.
Why?
It's just enough that it's cool to play something so incredibly important and historical that way. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not going to say like it's the best fucking game ever.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying that about Sonic either.
It was nice to play it.
Yeah.
Now,
that's my counter argument, because to me it's just Sonic's the same kind of platformer. It's just going faster in the stages, really.
With as much stopping.
Also,
Not
programming
so much past 1, honestly.
Also, programming has not been that great. Let's think about
For
it.
Sonic?
For Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm more in love with 2 and 3 from the...
That's fine. Those are legitimately good games.
Yeah.
Now let me counter your counterpoint.
Right.
You say 2 and 3 are fucking great, but you brought up Mario. Do you think Sonic 2 and 3 are better than Mario 2 and 3?
I think so.
Really? Over the fucking Doki Doki Panic remake and
Mario,
one of the greatest selling games, Mario
Mario
games
3.
of all time.
I'm going to be honest. I don't care for any Mario game before
64?
That's
64 and the RPG for the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
and
interesting.
that's totally fine. You
That's
can think
interesting.
that.
I think they were wild.
Either.
I think they were.
I love 3, but I'm terrible.
I think they're wildly overrated.
They are.
I think the best.
You are absolutely right about that.
I think the best game. I mean, if you're looking for a great game from that time, put on Metroid.
And
or even
I get too confused with Metroid.
Even
Metroid
better,
was the first game I ever
put on
played.
Zelda then. Put on Zelda.
Okay.
And like that's a great game. Like you can't. There's no argument there.
Do you know who the biggest fanboys of Mario 3 are, though? Nintendo.
No way.
Every Mario game's been like Mario 3.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, it's the one that really, really, really worked.
Yes, they're
And
like,
wanted
well, I
to
guess
like,
this work was
we can do it
again.
again. We can do it again. We can do it again. They can't do it.
People like
I
that
just
song
don't
from
like
the
it.
first game. Let's keep using that in every other game we have.
Yeah.
This is a weird argument.
I
to
like
make.
2. Honestly, I
was fun.
really enjoy 2.
This is going to be a weird argument.
Even
to
though
make
it's
for it.
something strange.
Yeah. But I don't, like I said, I don't see what the big deal about it is. I don't like to really play And I'll give you this: Sonic's not much better in this department either.
Yeah.
I don't really like the games didn't have a story to me, so I didn't find it interesting to play them.
Oh,
Now, see, you
Like,
guys. Now,
it's different.
I'll take one for the team here and say you guys don't like Crash Bandicoot, but I do like Crash Bandicoot.
Right.
I like it enough. I mean, I think
It's fine.
You're like in love with it though, man.
I am,
Which is
I'll
fine.
be the first to admit it. I love Crash Bandicoot.
I feel like it's kind of bland.
You know, you're right about that.
I like Spyro a bit more.
I do too.
I also like Spyro a lot. They're very different games, and yet somehow they get
I don't
very-
think they're that different.
You don't think?
I don't
They
think they're
came
that
out.
different.
They were running mates for the longest.
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
they
exactly. That's probably why they're so. That's why they put together so much.
Yeah.
Their running time was very, very equal.
I guess so.
That's like in the
yet,
day when
and yet still they move on.
in
somehow.
the day when
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII and Ocarina of Time came out.
I've
so
never played
close-
Final Fantasy.
So
VII.
close to. I haven't finished it. I've started it. I don't. Again, I don't see the.
You
hype
don't
behind
like
that
it,
either.
yeah?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just I like other games that I've played in the series better so far.
Right. Yeah.
I don't see why everyone was at E3 when the remake was announced. It was like
Everybody's like,
Everybody
"Oh my
lost their
God!"
fucking
Yeah.
minds.
I started. I said, "Am I the only person?" I think I put it on Twitter and it went to Facebook too. Am I the only person that does? I want to play old games.
Yeah.
I like sitting and having a Super Nintendo game on in front of me.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, I bet that's the best because you got it hooked up so that it can go to your TV.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to play like the original Zelda on that TV. That would be
Alright.
amazing.
We can maybe work that out.
Oh yeah. So while we're on the topic of Nintendo, last week, probably about I don't know, an hour after we stopped recording last week.
Pretty much.
Yeah, was when the Nintendo president died.
Yeah.
So we
What
haven't
did he-
talked about that
He
yet.
was 55.
55.
How did he die? I don't know.
Bile duct enlargement. I
Something,
believe
yeah,
was something like
internal-
that.
Wow,
I
that's,
thought it was
that's
cancer, but it's
brutal.
They didn't, I
Yeah.
read it right when it was first diagnosed. too,
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
So
So
that is brutal.
yeah.
I mean,
Now it's let's get the sediment out of the way real quick. It's sad that man was very influential to a lot of things, and he made a lot of incredible
Are you going
games.
where I think you're
His
going?
legacy
But-
is incredible. No, there's no but.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so now what happens with Nintendo? Not like they're going to go under or something.
No,
but
they're gonna just
there-
keep going.
There's going to be some.
there might be
There's
changes.
going to be some changes. There might be some interesting changes for those of us like us who let's play, or those of us who
that's
want
a
to
good point.
stream things.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is the new guy? Whoever the new guy will be. I don't think we'll do
There,
anything
I
with
think
it yet.
there are 3 up in the air right now. One of them is Miyamoto, but I don't remember
Oh,
who the
yeah.
other 2 were.
Give it to him.
Yeah,
Like, come
real-
on,
honestly,
right?
yeah, you probably should. But
I'll have to find the article that I looked
mean,
at.
some interesting stuff might change.
Yeah,
I mean,
for the better or for the worse. Really.
oh yeah, it honestly could go either
It
way.
could go like here. We
they
like the
trying to
new
become
guy.
like an adult
the new
company
guy,
or
whoever that may
something?
be, is like, look, guys, shit's fucked up right now. We need to change some stuff for the
We need to
better
get
right now.
hardcore.
Yeah.
We need to stop
Well-
making Paper Mario Paper Jam. The fuck is that? No.
I saw a very.
No.
It was very interesting. I think it was one of Rooster Teeth's channels. They did a video about Iwata when he died, and one thing that I thought was very interesting was that he said, "We're not as much a gaming company as everybody thinks we are. We started as a toy company. I think we should just keep
Yeah.
it that way." And that's why a lot of the DS and stuff like that had such interesting little gimmicky shapes and directions to it, which put a niche in the market that didn't exist before. Which is why what he did was pretty successful.
It was a sad thing that he passed away,
Right.
and like you said, we're getting sentiment out of the way.
Yeah.
But I was really kind of annoyed, and this is just maybe me being me. But then it was for the next 2 days on Facebook. Everybody,
It was everywhere.
everybody posting about it. I was like, you didn't know this man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you don't talk about it like you're like oh he enriched my childhood so much. It's like no, his company did.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
the
There was
weirdest.
like
Speaking of his company,
there's probably a whole boardroom of people that
Yeah.
made the decisions that made the game.
I didn't know he started out working with HAL Labs, which is who did Kirby and Smash
Right.
Brothers.
Yep.
Did you know why HAL is called HAL?
I
From-
I
It's
heard
the
this.
most-
2001.
No,
Space Odyssey?
it's the most amazing.
I feel like they talked about this on Did You Know Gaming, but I forget now.
It's because they wanted to be one step ahead of IBM, and one letter above IBM is HANL.
That's pretty clever.
Oh my god, isn't that fucking nuts?
So why is their symbol a dog with eggs?
I don't know. I think it's a pig, isn't it?
I thought it was a dog.
I think it's a pig.
That still doesn't make sense.
I don't know. We'll put the picture in the links and the audience can decide.
They made Pokemon Snap.
Comment below. Is it a dog? Is it a pig? Or is it just some goofy abomination that doesn't actually exist?
Lays eggs.
I'm so happy that we came to an agreement on that.
What?
Mario is overrated.
Yeah.
Mario is overrated because it's the one thing, the one mascot of video games that everybody knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would Amber know who it is? Amber would have to.
Amber knows who Mario is. She does not know who Link in The Legend of Zelda is, though.
Oh, that would be fun. If I show her a picture of Link and she says, "Is that Zelda?" I'm just going to punch her in the face. I don't know.
You'd probably break her skull if you did that.
You gotta hold me back.
Amber is one of the most fragile people in the universe.
She really is, which goes against her because she's fucking klutzy.
It's also a double whammy, really.
Yeah.
It's also pretty funny because she is a fucking brick. Like, I'm quite certain she could knock me out in one punch.
She's a brick.
House. Ugh. So I have one more thing to talk about. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
I have one more thing, but I don't know.
We glanced over this a little bit earlier, but Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the trailer came out.
It looks interesting.
Let's hear some thoughts, Casey.
I don't care.
Really?
I don't care.
You're fucked up.
I'm done with Five Nights at Freddy's. I really am.
I thought I was too. And then I saw this trailer.
Yeah.
And I realized this is going to be the scariest one out of all of them.
It better be, because
I'm sorry. Did you watch that trailer?
I did
How
watch
can you even go, oh, no, it might not be the scariest one? Did you see the fucking head in the closet? Did you see the head in the closet?
I did, but much like Mario, I think we're overhyping it.
We might be. I don't know.
Now,
but I mean, shit.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was definitely overhyped. That's why everybody figured it out.
Yeah, that one wasn't so good.
Yeah, that was,
That one wasn't as good. That was the misstep.
We made the great first one.
It was crucial to the story, but it was a bit.
It's like any band and their album release or whatever. You can think of it like that, or a movie trilogy. It's like the first ones.
Maybe Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was the game that Scott had to make. This is the game that he wants to make.
There you go.
Interesting.
See, exactly. It's just what I was going to say.
That's not a bad
with
thought.
Music albums or something. You make your first one, then you're like, oh, big success, record sign, all this. Then your second one can be.
It's like
not always you feel like you have to make it.
It's like Wes Williams doing his sets and saying, "Okay, here's all this weird shit out of the way. This joke is for me because I'm going to make references that only a few of you will understand."
Yeah, honestly, I think. Well, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, very, very important to the story.
Yeah, you're right. Like, 3 was the one he had to make. I think that's a good way to say it.
Here's what I think we're getting out of 4. Out of 4, I think we're getting...
Can we please close the mystery once and for all?
I think, well, it's practically closed as it is.
Yeah.
But it's...
Put some bow ties on it.
But not according to, I guess, like 90% of the fan base who's like, here's my theory. And it's like, you're very wrong.
Game Theory actually did a really good...
They did a very, very good job on it. Yeah. And I think he's right on point. Because he had to be. He had to look at all the information given and put it together. So here's what I think.
Not as much effort was put into figuring something out as was back in the day with the Zelda timeline.
Oh, I know, right?
That is as much discussion as
just about. Yeah. I think the biggest puzzles of the universe.
No, Wind Waker was next.
I think the biggest puzzles of the universe basically go from top to bottom, from like top 3. It's like The Legend of Zelda timeline, Five Nights at Freddy's timeline, and like Rubik's Cubes. Like those are the 3 that you hit. So here's what I'm thinking about Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Just by watching the trailer, which, because I put together a trailer reaction video and downloaded the trailer and kind of scrubbed through everything very closely, I saw a lot of really cool things. Interestingly, Bonnie and Chica are come down the same sides of the hallways as they are in the first game. That's kind of cool, actually.
You're not in a pizza place.
You're not in a pizza place. You're in a house.
You're in a house.
This is why it's so terrifying. This is the one. This is.
It reminds me of Among the Sleep.
All the time, my entire life, I have nightmares constantly.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
And the biggest one that has shown up across my life: shit at the end of hallways. That's why I think.
Oh,
this
so
one is
that
so
one
terrifying
scene where it's like you flick on the light, nothing. Yeah. Flick on the light, and then...
Well, how did you not see that coming, first of all?
I know, but...
And second of all...
I was expecting it to just stay in one place, but then it just goes... Ugh. It just sneaks away. That was scary.
Chica does that at the later part, too.
Yeah.
That's an absolutely and I'm feeling like the tingle from it because I remember it from movies. That is always a great, powerful scene, even if it's just to be like for shock value or whatever. It's
not only now do I know that something's there, it knows I know that it's there.
Yeah, two ways.
You were saying
2 ways it goes. It's like you watch it and then something catches your eye, you blink, and then it appears. Or then it just vanishes. Yeah, that's even scarier.
The vanishing is the worst.
You were saying when Five Nights 3 was coming out, you were talking about that potentially happening, where the animatronics might just sort of shuffle away when you look at them.
Yeah.
So now that this is actually happening, potentially,
that's
pretty cool.
It's very cool.
And
here's an interesting thing that I saw in the scene where Chica is on the one end of the hallway, and it's the scene where it's like open the door. For anybody who wants to look at the thing and follow along with me here, there's a scene where it's like close the doors or something like that, and it appears in the hallway, and then Chica is in the hallway and disappears. It's very visible, much more visible than Bonnie is from the other one. Like you had to look really hard to identify that as Bonnie, but it is. When Chica disappears, the way I think this game works is that they're always approaching you, and you check the doors, and if they're far enough away, they'll back off. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
This may or may not happen. This is my speculation. For anybody who's going to play this game when it comes out, August 8th, which, by the way, it's August 8th because that's the 1-year anniversary of the first game coming out.
Okay.
You can see the reflection of Chica's eyes in the window. It's like a 90-degree angle kind of thing. Like the hallways kind of go back behind whatever section. You can see like white eye reflections in the windows. Okay. So I think that's your first sign that shit's coming your way. That's pure speculation, but I think that's how that's going to happen. Okay. So that's one thing to watch for on that.
I'm curious as to what story this is going to have.
I know. I think I know already.
Oh, yeah?
I think so, because it's Nightmare.
You think it's the purple guy?
I think it's the purple guy, because all these animatronics...
Maybe we'll finally find out why he's purple!
All of these animatronics are nightmarish as shit.
Yes.
Which means they are not actual animatronics.
Yeah.
These are some sort of nightmarish abominations. But here's the question. Why are they where they are?
It's
not just a random thing. Why they're in a house. It has to be...
Very Silent Hill feel to it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Here's the question.
Thanks, PT.
That should be... that I think this game answers.
Yeah.
Why does Purple Guy, after committing 11 different murders, go back to the pizza place to destroy the animatronics? And I think this game takes place in between his murders and Five Nights at Freddy's 1, where he ends up...
I want to see...
Phone Guy, by the way, I'm dead set as Purple Guy.
Of course.
I think it's Phone Guy. So when Phone Guy, quote unquote, dies in the first game, he doesn't. I don't think he dies during that phone call. I think he takes off to that back room and gets in the Springtrap suit, and that's where shit goes wrong. Yeah. And destroys the animatronics like that.
And that's the ending of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
super
I think
ending.
These hauntings that he experiences in his house in this game are what leads him to go back and destroy these animatronics. And that's what leads to the whole Springtrap thing, Game 3, and blah, 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 blah.
So I just want to see the motivation behind him now.
I know. This is what I thought of recently also. Not only are we going to get the reason why he went back to the thing, maybe the little mini-games that we might see in between levels are going to be why he's committing murders.
Maybe.
That's what I want to see. That's the question that I don't think anybody's asked, but it's a question that should probably be answered.
So, I wasn't excited about it before we started talking about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of excited about it.
Also, I have more evidence that it's Purple Guy.
Okay.
I just thought of. So a lot of people who watch this trailer go, "Oh, it's like a kid's bedroom."
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fucking not. If you pay very close attention, there is absolutely to the room where it does the panning shot across the room where you're going to spend most of your time. There's only like one bit of evidence to suggest it may be a kid's room, and that's like there's like those little sticker like star things.
Oh, yeah.
They're on like the sides of the thing. Other than that, it's just a perfectly normal bedroom.
Right.
There's absolutely no reason to assume it's like a kid's bedroom in any way. Here's the other interesting part. Do you remember the part in the trailer where like the light flickers on and that Springtrap doll jumps back up on the chair real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that creepy as shit? I looked at that Springtrap doll. It is not, like, beat up in any way. It doesn't have the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 look to it. That is a legit, like, golden Bonnie-looking doll.
Yeah.
Who else would have something like that from an animatronic that was used so long ago?
I just had an idea.
And remember when it says in the trailer, "What have you taken home with you?"
Yeah.
The dolls are everywhere in that game.
Maybe there was some wrongdoing taking place at like the diner, where
The first place or the second place?
either where the
Okay.
purple guy used to go, and then something happened there,
Yeah.
and he like had all these. Maybe he was like a fan of Five Nights. He was a fan of Freddy Fraz.
I don't know.
Fred
That
Bear
could be.
Diner.
Yeah.
And something happened.
Because there's 4 places.
Yeah.
The first one, the only animatronic was Freddy, and that's where he kills one person.
Yeah.
The second one, there were 2 animatronics, Gold Freddy and Golden Bonnie.
Yeah.
And that's where he killed 4 people. 4? 5. Killed
Children.
5. Killed 5. And then Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the next place where he kills 5 more. And then the next one after that is the first game.
Yeah.
And then 3.
So maybe he did it for a reason there.
Exactly.
All
We
I
gotta figure out
know
what
is
these reasons are. Also, a very interesting theory that I think was the game theory thing that was mentioned. Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie haven't had too much time in the
Yeah,
limelight.
they have no explanation.
Matt Pat has a very good theory that I agree with. You remember in the audio logs of Five Nights 3, where Phone Guy talks about there were incidents and the Springtrap suits were going to be discontinued?
Okay.
Matt Pat suggests that it was 2 employees who were murdered by the suits, and when they broke their spring locks or whatever, and that killed them that way, and that's why
Cause
they
their
got
servos to lock
right,
up.
and that's why they got rid of those suits entirely,
Right.
because 2
All I know
employees
is-
were murdered with them, and these shadow ones are the spirits of those 2.
All I know is this town has a shit police force. After one guy, it's okay, let's catch this murderer. Then 5 more, okay, now we're really scared, starting to get concerned.
Okay, guys,
Seriously,
you gotta stand up
yeah.
now.
Seriously,
Let's just, after it happened like 2 times in a row, when you just like, you're a police force, when you just assign an officer to just sit there all day.
I know, right?
Let's just sit there and read the paper, watch the TV, eat some pizza, do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
But I'm putting you in here. You're not gonna let any more fucking kids die right now. That's what I want to have addressed.
Yep.
I feel like the Five Nights at Freddy's games take place in like Iowa or something.
Absolutely. That's where I always picture it. It's just somewhere
I always
like
thought like
That's
Nebraska.
That's
Like
where
the
they
east
breed
side
serial
of the
killers.
Midwest.
Yeah, that's
Like,
where,
I thought Nebraska, but that's
fine too.
yeah, that's where they
Just
breed
big
serial
towns
killers in the
of nothing.
Midwest.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Well,
Big
what else are you going to
nothing.
do in the Midwest except kill people? That's
Yeah.
all you got.
kill people and eat pizza.
You got
I guess that's what
groundhogs
we're
and you
gonna
have
do.
people.
And,
That's it.
and grow corn.
And you grow corn. If you don't grow corn, you're going to kill somebody.
Literally, if we get in a car right now and just start driving west.
I'm not driving.
No. Start driving-
You're not giving me directions.
I'll drive. Just start driving west. We're going to pass through about 7 states with nothing but corn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I think there's some states where the population of corn is greater than the population
Sure.
of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's America's breadbasket.
Is that how you say that? The population of corn? Is that?
I don't know.
It's like the concept of brown. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
The band corn is definitely feeling this.
Does anybody have anything else to say, or should we wrap this up?
We should wrap up.
Okay.
Right.
Whoa, what an incredible episode that was.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm
That's,
stretching.
that's why we've done it for this long.
Oh, yeah.
So join us next week, maybe.
Maybe.
We need to have a lot of video game podcasting done.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
to
We
talk
did.
And we
about.
can't do those with either Erica or Amber around because they don't do those things.
Oh, food, photography, and snake. That's all I hear.
That's Erica.
That's
Good
Erica.
impression.
Hairdressing.
Amber
Nice.
most of the time just listens. Need more
Yeah,
of that.
that's
Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's true.
anyway, on that note, say goodnight.
Promote our
everyone.
stuff. Promote our shit.
Do I have to? I did at the beginning of the
Oh,
podcast,
yeah, you
too.
do, don't you?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you don't say?
Smoke weed every day.
There's the Facebook page.
I do that already. I guess the
The
only thing
Groupcast Nation.
the only
Or
thing-
network. Either one works. The YouTube channel.
the
Groupcast
only
Network.
thing I say that isn't that I don't say that's not in the intro is that the things that we do more of, like animations and Groupcast Game Day and
Yeah.
Let's Go on Adventures and stuff like that.
Right.
So you can check those
Okay.
things out on our
well,
YouTube
then
page.
how about this? Then check out Cat McMuffin on Twitch, Lennon Free Comedy on YouTube, and Rolls the Gamer on YouTube.
Hey.
How about those things? Check those things out.
Yay!
Dude, did you
plugs.
see that our Hodgepodcast got a new page like the other day?
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck is this? They liked my Lennon Free Comedy page, too. So I don't know who they are,
I
but they're
haven't-
not in the loop at all. Because
I need
we haven't
to-
touched those pages in years.
I need to upload the other. I uploaded like the first 25
Oh, the first half
episodes
and never the second
on the
half.
podcast.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll do this next week. And that next week was fucking 16 weeks ago or something like that.
I've been wondering lately if I had one of those, could I pop them into GarageBand with the audio tracks that I have now and have them come out sounding better?
I was just gonna ask, are they worth listening to?
I don't know, are they?
I think some of them are.
Okay.
You gotta
Tell you what,
cherry pick
you
those
should
then.
you should compile like the best 5 and just send them to us, and maybe I'll listen to those.
We'll put them on the Groupcast page if you want.
Yeah, they have such bad audio quality though.
Well, we did too for a while.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, there are some that, like, it seems 3 or 4 is the magic number.
Okay, for people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and then there's some that was like the big party that we had. That was fun.
that was a good episode. What was it, number 8? The one that was like at the Isaacson's house or something
Maybe.
during the party? I don't know. That was a good one, whatever that was.
Well, anyway.
That's the one where you came out as a brony and we just ridiculed you till the end of time.
Oh,
You know, I realized that I'm
You know,
not
you talked
really,
about
though.
that on the very first episode you were on Groupcast.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
That.
Oh.
You talked about that.
You know, I realized I'm really not. Because then, listen,
Okay.
I haven't even like bothered to watch anymore on
By the way,
Netflix. Or
we're not
anything.
ending the episode until we get to the bottom of this.
Hold
Go
on.
on.
I mean, I haven't even watched any more on Netflix. I don't really have a drive to.
Yeah.
And
But Rowles, friendship is magic.
I was gonna say it's
true.
lost its magic.
but at the same time, then there are people that like are making sex dolls.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
you
it's
do
like-
with
it's like-
fandom.
Find a fandom where they're not doing that.
That's true.
There's a reason why Rule 34 exists.
Right.
There's a hard cutoff though there, where I think more the perception is more often than not the brony fan base is doing that,
Uh-huh.
and I just want to sit here in my house and watch it on TV and just chill.
What's wrong with that? Why aren't you doing that then? Does the fan base
know.
turn you off to the series?
A little bit, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Is that what Five Nights did for you?
Sort of.
Okay.
It was mostly because people in my chat were like, here's why this game is... I'm sick and tired of hearing about these games.
I don't
like,
care what those people think.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I don't care what those people think.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. It's like with you. You're talking about the fan base turns you off to that. If that was what I was into, I'd be fucking watching it. I don't give a shit what the rest of the fan base thinks.
I think the reason is that I thought that was because Grandmaster Sammy, the dickest person in my chat,
The dickest person.
Dickest.
He's one of my favorite people who shows up in my chat, but I hate him so much.
That's
You need to have that in every traveling party. There's the guy that's just an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
But then he pulls his weight at some point. No, I think, you know what? I think, thinking about it while you guys are talking over there, I think another thing is the episodes just aren't as good. After season 2,
They peaked.
After-
Did they?
no,
My
after
Little
season-
Pony peaked, did they?
after
It's
season
just
2,
like every other show.
after
Oh, yeah.
after season 2, like the lead writer who was
They
on,
ran out of story arcs.
the lead writer who was
Ponies
on
can only do so many activities.
it, the lead
They're
writer,
magic, but that doesn't expand too much.
the lead writer who was on it left.
We should ask Dave about what he thinks.
What does Dave think? Why should we ask Dave what he
Dave
thinks?
is also a Brody?
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe not so much anymore because of the same reasons, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like to know what he thinks. Let's have him on next week.
I don't know if I should have disclosed that information, but as far as I knew, he was pretty open about it.
Whatever.
Anyway, that's
Anyway.
that's why I respected him the first time I met him, because the first. You know what? I'm just not going to explain this. I'll explain it some other time.
Yeah.
We need to go.
Sounds good. Yeah, we need to get this live stream started
Yes.
so we can get onto that.
All right,
Alright.
so say goodnight, everybody.
Hey, love you.
Thanks, Barbara.
Cut it off at love you, would you?
Okay.